I'm going to try and give you an approach to get there. Remember I had you do the line or the arrow left to right? On the left side of that, I want you to put put failure. And on the right side, I want you to put success. Most lawyers I know who are not really satisfied with where they are in their life and their career are measuring themselves on that line. Failure over here, success over here. I'm working with a lawyer in Toronto who's a junior partner. And to become a junior partner in her firm, it's a relatively big firm, she had $1 million of business her last year as an associate. Now, most people, I think, would say, wow, that's great, fantastic, that's really fabulous. She could not be more miserable. And the reason is, once she had the $1 million, she was worried about getting the $1 million the next year. And she was, there were other people who had more than $1 million. I like to make the point that when I was practicing law more actively than I am now, when I had $1 million of business, I thought I had arrived. I was, strutting pretty high. But there was someone who had more than that. When I had $2 million of business, I said, doesn't get any better than this. But there was someone who had more than $2 million. When I had $3 million, I'm thinking, there's no way I can get more business than that. But there was someone who had more than $3 million. So many lawyers are comparing themselves, how they're doing versus how others are doing. And it's never enough. I think one of the worst things that ever happened to the legal profession is when they started publishing profits per partners of various firms, because the firms redefined success to this external thing, profits per partner. So if you're on the failure to success arrow, you're probably not going to be totally satisfied with where you are. There's a really interesting study done at Harvard. The study goes like this. People are asked, you get to live in one of these two worlds. In the first world, you make $100,000 and everyone else makes $50,000, your contemporaries. In the second world, you make $200,000 and all your contemporaries make $400,000. Which world do you think the people picked by the majority? The first world. Because we compare ourselves to others. Then the second question was this. You get to pick one of these two worlds. In the first world, you get 4 weeks. Let's see if I can, you get 2 weeks off a year, and all your contemporaries get 1. In the second world, you get 4 weeks off a year, and all your contemporaries get 8 weeks off. Which do you think people selected? The second world. So we want as much time off as we can get. At the same time, we're going to be comparing how we're doing with everybody else. The two things are not compatible. In the other line, the arrow that goes up and down, at the bottom of that, put disappointment. At the top of it, put fulfillment. Success without fulfillment is not success. Fulfillment is doing what you love to do for the joy of doing it. One of the examples I used, there was a commercial years ago of Michael Jordan taking the last shot of a game, and it was not Game 6 of the finals against Phoenix when he made the basket to win the game, This was an example of when he took the last shot and lost the game. And the commercial said, Michael Jordan, in the 4,000 and some odd basketball games he played from the time he was in high school till his last game with the Chicago Bulls, or actually last game with the Washington, whatever their nickname is, took the last shot 39 times and missed. The commercial doesn't tell you how many times he took the last shot and made it. But let's assume just for the moment that he made it 61 times. So out of 4,000 games, 3,900 he didn't take the last shot, and it didn't matter. But Michael Jordan loved playing basketball for the joy of playing basketball. Had he not even been paid money, he would have been playing basketball. So part of what you need to find is, what is that kind of work that's not work? That you can do it for the joy of doing it. People in the zone are doing things for the joy of doing it. People in the zone, time goes by so quickly. I'm doing work with a lawyer in Washington, D.C., who switched from financial institutions to litigation. I think he's about a fifth-year associate. And he said, I've got all these billable hours, and I don't even know that I'm getting that number of billable hours because I'm enjoying so much what I'm doing. It's, I'm not thinking about hours, I'm just thinking about the work and how much fun it is what I'm now doing. So that's part of it.